of sacrilegious, I guess, wearing the Porsche sweatshirt still, but demo. And it snowed about 1.5 feet since last night. Fun. Yeah, so 3 weeks into bus ownership and projects. So the first week, I went and grabbed it. I didn't really talk too much about the bus, but it's a 2005 International. I think it's CE 200, I believe. Interior space is about 25 feet. I've had to change my layout a little bit because I didn't think about stuff like wheel wells and where like the gas ports are and stuff like that. So, yeah, it's 2005. It has 134,000 miles, which is relatively young for a diesel motor. And yeah, it seems to be doing pretty good. That first week, we drove it back. Didn't think we were going to get much accomplished. Brandon brought his kids over, went absolutely ham on the seats, got all of them out within 4 hours, which I talked about in episode 1. Which, I mean, that was just heaven sent. Like, if I would have done that myself, I'd still be trying to get the seats out on day 3. Come the following week, we wanted to get stuff done, but snowmageddon happened, or whatever you want to call it. There just wasn't much. He couldn't get here. It was miserable outside. I started trying to peel up the floor. There's a rubber mat that goes over the wood subfloor. I was trying to save the plywood underneath as long as it was in good shape, which it actually was. But like right now, plywood's going for about $60 a sheet, which is just stupid expensive. And I would have needed at least 6 sheets, and I'm just like, that adds up, so I was trying to save that. But eventually you have to realize time is more valuable than the money itself. I'm not necessarily built for demolition. I can do the construction, I can do the design, I can build everything out. When it comes to demolition, I'm small, my body's just beat from years of abuse. It's going to take me a while to get through all this stuff. So Brandon shows up. I'm still trying to scrape the rubber floor mat up, and he's kind of looking at me, and he's not going to tell me what to do. It's my bus, but he'll give me pointers because he has his own bus. And eventually I was like, can we just rip up all the wood and like not do this step? And he's like, yeah, I can get this wood out in a couple hours. I was like, let's just do it. So him and his kid went just crazy on it, ripped up all the wood, got the floor out right away. He kept cursing me because the floor was in such good shape. Like, generally when you lift up the wood, it lays on a metal floor, and those are usually rusted, things like that. So little rust. There's a bit on the back end by the emergency exit because when they built the bus, they didn't run the vapor barrier all the way out. So that's going to take a little bit of cleaning up. But he ripped all that out while I was getting the heater and the air conditioners out and stuff like that. And it's a little frustrating because with the bus itself, it's going to be like a month or two before it actually starts looking like something cool, because there's so many things that have to be done. Like, we have to trace wires to make sure that we have circuits completed, because we have to delete certain things. We have to run new wiring for whatever I'm going to be installing. We got to run the plumbing for whatever I'm installing, and all this is going to have to be like visualizing like where I think these things are supposed to be. So as I build it, everything will be in place, because going backwards is a pain in the butt. It's like you're building a house inside of a bus. That's not what it's meant for. So like, you kind of have to plan everything out. You have to like, we're gonna drop the ceiling hopefully next week, and check for rust, re-insulate it, prep it, all that stuff. But then you have to do all the construction on the roof before you can do any of the construction on the inside, because you have to make sure you're plugging holes, that you're running the solar wires where they need to go, all those different things. And you want to be able to tie into the actual structure of the bus itself. And it's not something that you can't take the ceiling off every time you want to add something up there. I mean, you can, but it's a pain in the ass, and we want to try to get everything done as much as possible. So I don't know, it's like, I'm stoked, but at the same time, it gets a little bit discouraging because I know how much work has to be done, and I need to make sure that it's done right before I start having fun with it. And when I say fun, I mean like making it look like something cool. Um, so yeah, I don't know. I did a little poll because I wasn't sure if I wanted to go like try to go super nice, like that's a really nice bus, or more like that's really kind of that's like funky, cool conversation piece, but still nice at the same time. So I put out a little poll, and it was pretty close, neck and neck. But I do have to say that virtually every single hot chick said that they wanted funky. So I mean, that's worth 2 votes each at least. So I think I'm gonna go funky. Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. I'm starting to like visualize the new layout because I had to change so much of it. But I think I kind of have it lined out essentially how I want to do it. So yeah, hopefully not too long that'll happen. So I don't know. Just a quick little update. Yeah, I don't know. But we'll see how it goes. It's I just been super lucky that Brandon's helping me. And little side story, not to like get all like weird and preachy and this and that, but this will probably come to a shock to a lot of my friends. But towards the end of last year, um, some things happened, and I was like started thinking like, hey, maybe I should go to church or something. And you know, sounds crazy, but you know, I was raised in a household of half Jew, half Christian. I've always related to my Jew side a lot more. Um, just I don't know, just everything clicked on that a little bit better for me. Um, but yeah, I started thinking that I should go, and then my neighbor, like out of the blue, was like, "Hey, do you want to go to church with me?" And I was like, "Yeah, actually, I do. Let's give it a shot. We'll see how it goes. We'll give it the college try, even though I didn't go to college." And you know, it wasn't bad, and I got a little bit out of it, and I was like, you know, I'm gonna try it again. And so a couple weeks go by, I'm like, hey, you know, I'm gonna go with you, but at that point, I realized I was gonna buy the bus, and so I told her, I was like, hey, you know, I appreciate this, you know, it's been cool and everything, but I'm buying the bus. I got to get that finished. Got to get my house finished. So I'm probably not going to really be able to go with you anymore. But you know, I wanted to do this and you know see what you know what it did for me or whatever. And it's just kind of weird because that that the message that weekend, if you will, was to not prioritize things here that don't affect things there. And I was like, I guess this means I need to keep going or something like that. And I sort of was talking to Brandon and was like, yeah, you know, I went to church the other day and it was cool, and I don't know if I'm gonna, you know, really have time to do it anymore because I'm gonna get the bus. And he's like, look, dude, I'll tell you what, I want you to keep going. So I will give you every Saturday if it means that you at least go every other Sunday. And I was like, all right, fair trade. So that aside, having him here, like, to help with this stuff is just like so crucial. And even though our visions are completely different on where it's going to go at the end of it, like, you know, for him it's just like, yeah, get the stuff out, get the stuff in that you need. If it looks nice, fine, whatever, just make it function and blah blah blah. I'm trying to make it like something that I can live in and something that I could potentially Airbnb. So there's a lot that needs to go into it. And but he has experience with buses. He knows what to look for. And you know, honestly, like I was saying about the floor, I didn't want to pull out that wood, but hindsight is it's good that I did, because I did see some rust damage that I may not have seen before. And he was like, you know, I'm not going to tell you what to do with your bus, but you know, it's like just rip the wood up and see if there's anything bad on there. So I don't know if anybody's thinking about doing a bus and you're thinking about cutting that corner, I would say don't, because I don't know. From what it looks like, pretty much all the little rust that is in there was just mainly from kids spilling drinks and stuff like that. But you know, it adds up. So yeah, rip the wood up, see what's going on underneath. So I don't know. Got a bunch of the solar in. I still need to get some components for that. I don't think I have enough solar, so I might grab a couple more panels. Man, things just eat up money super fast. So I don't know. I'm trying to keep everything in perspective. Going funky is definitely going to be costly. So we shall see what happens. Anyways, that's that. Dad.
What? No.
I can't tell it's funny a kid. It's really good, but I can't with good conscience tell you in front of your child.
I appreciate that.
How old is he?
He's 14.
Shut up. Jesus, at least he'll